God. Well, Colorado has got a new bill. Now, remind you, Colorado, once upon a time, I don't want to call it a red state, but it was a swing state. Like a light red swing state almost. In this last election, both Illinois and New Jersey were closer to flipping Republican than Colorado was. That's how far gone this state is. And the reason for that is they've got a lot of well, there's two. There was the weed thing, and you had a lot of liberal voters move there for that. But you've also got a lot of the California transplants going to Colorado that don't like California, or excuse me, that don't like California prices, but still vote for California policies. There were some concerns that was going to happen with Texas and Montana, but those are the Republicans that have fled the state. The same way a lot of Republicans have fled New York and headed down for South Carolina and Florida. You're seeing something similar, or you're seeing the opposite of that, excuse me, in California. You've got the people that they've figured out half the problem. They figured out half the problem, that their ideals don't work, but for some reason they continue to vote for them. So they moved to Colorado, and they've now driven into the ground. I mean, Colorado's a whole. I rant about Denver every time we talk about Colorado, so I'm not going to talk about it. We talked a couple weeks ago about their draconian gun laws. They now have a new law in Colorado that has passed the legislature, where if you misgender your child, so if your child, misgendering, by the way, is a translation for correct gendering. So if your child was born a boy, he's
Why
a
do you keep calling me Bill?
I'm Lenore. That was a good one. But so let's say you have a 12-year-old son, and your 12-year-old son, Luke, wants to be called Lucy now. And because he identifies as a woman from the 1950s, apparently. But those were the two closest names I could think of. So let's say Luke wants to be called Lucille. Oh, that's even older. That's like the 30s. Well, let's say Luke wants to be called... What's a fucking L name? Because now I'm pissed.
Lucky.
What?
Lucky.
No, that's... What's an L name that's modern for girls?
Linda. Lucy. Oh, no.
It just
no.
said...
Lily.
Lily. Okay, let's say Luke wants to be called Lily now. And you say, no, Luke, you're not Lily. You're a boy. You were born a boy. You're going to die a boy. Maybe you're not as much of a dick about it as I was right there, but you tell him you're not Lily, you're Luke. Luke can now go to the school counselors at his communist brainwashing camp that they call public schools and tell them that my parents refuse to respect my gender identity. And now CPS can come and take the kid away. Says Colorado lawmakers have gone a step further. Dead naming and misgendering children, which is not using their preferred name in pronouns, is now a factor in child custody disputes. So not only can you lose your kid, they can take the kid away in divorce court. You can lose custody in divorce court, which is already the case in states like California, I believe Washington. So, I mean, this is what's going to happen, is they're going to continue to triple down on this progressive wingnut insanity until they totally implode their party. I mean, the lack of self-awareness behind this. This is batshit bananas crazy right here. I don't know how anyone can justify this crap. We are seriously the people that are responsible for this gender theory, specifically pushing it on kids. I'm dead serious. We're going to look back on these people 40 years from now the same way that we look back on the Nazi scientists. The same way. I think we should go the other way around. If you're in a child custody dispute in a divorce court, and let's say the mom is really big on Luke being called, what name did we go with again?
Lily.
Lily. There were too many L names. I lost track of where. But let's say the mom is really on board with Luke being called Lily. As long as there's no like serious physical or substance abuse going on that we can prove beyond the shadow of a doubt with the dad, he should just automatically get custody. And the mom should go to prison. Like, I genuinely believe, genuinely, from the bottom of my heart, if your child is transgender, if you've got a 12-year-old boy that's living as a girl and you're actively encouraging it, and we can prove that you push them to that, I'm not going to shit on the kid. I think the kid's a victim. I think you're an abuser. I think you should do significant time in federal prison for your crimes because you are a monster. And I despise everything about you. You're an animal, and we should treat you as such and lock you away like the wild, rabid animal that you are, to keep you away from society and make it so that you can't hurt anybody else, because that's truly what I think of these people that push this crap on kids. It's Scientology for poor people. It's a trend. That's what it is.
This is outrageous criminal activity.
I mean, it really is. I'm not even joking when I say that. It's the lowest of the low. And I the same reason, like, when we argue about these things, I'm not transphobic. I don't hate the person that's been misled. And would you look at me like that because you want me to be? She's like, you pussy. No, I'm really not. I don't hate the person that's been misled and confused and taken advantage of by, unfortunately, opportunistic people. That's a common misconception. I view that person as a victim. I don't hate them any more than I would hate a victim of, armed robbery or sexual assault or murder or anything, or bank fraud or anything like that, because the real crime was committed against that person, not in that person's mindset, but what was done to that person. And whether that was a parent or a teacher or some other trusted adult pushing them toward that lifestyle, or if it was a doctor performing an irreversible procedure on a mentally ill person, that person has been wronged, and the people responsible for that should pay for their crimes. That person's the victim. I don't hate transgender people. I don't have any problem. I don't hate anybody, really. I hate people's actions, and I hate the actions of people that have pushed them into an irreversible lifestyle choice that has a substantially higher suicide rate that they can't get out of. Those people need to pay for their crimes. There needs to be justice there. I mean, we need Nuremberg 2.0 trials on the doctors that are performing these. Whether you're a child or an adult, you shouldn't be allowed to get that surgery. Sorry, you can call me transphobic all you want, but that's the reality. That's my take on it. You should not be able to perform a medically unnecessary procedure on a delusional person that is clearly suffering from a mental illness for a profit. If you do, you're a scumbag, you're a criminal, you're no better than Dr. Mengele in the concentration camps.
Hey, thanks for watching. If you liked what you saw, be sure to click the link in the description to get the full episode on Rumble. If you prefer to listen along, you could actually get us on Spotify, Spreaker, and iHeartRadio. You can also go to www.outlawstreamers.com to learn more about not just my show, but tons of other great shows and all the exciting projects they have coming up. Follow my socials at Caleb Isn't Funny on Twitter and Instagram, at Caleb Salvatore Comedy on the Chinese Spy app that is TikTok, and be sure to like and subscribe to this YouTube channel. Thanks, and we'll see you every Saturday for brand new episodes of That's Based. Peace.